Austin David Coffey from Samurai as a Sound, coming at you live from Strawberry Hill Studio in Marin County, California, just on the other side of that Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. We help voice actors like you find success in their careers. So that's the good news. I am here to talk about some exciting updates we have in store for 2025. And you're going to hear about them here first because you showed up. Okay. And speaking of people who show up, I'm going to look now at our streams and see if I can see anybody. We have people coming in from Twitch. Hello, people from Twitter. I'm going to give you guys the link to join the meeting. And I'm going to drop it in the chat there. So feel free to use that link to come say hi. And I am going to get started. So, essentially, we have been planning. Oh, let's see. James is coming. Oh, James is coming in from the party. Hey, James, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, good. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
Did you find us through the stream or through the email?
Yeah, I was on the stream.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Got another someone coming in. Hi, Jesse. Welcome. Hi. I don't think we've met before. I'm Austin Coffey.
Jesse.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Jesse.
How did you hear about Samurai as a Sound? How did you find us?
Oh, I think I took a class once before with Karen Strassman a long time ago.
Super cool. Yeah, we love Karen. She just did her Creatures and Monsters workshop back in October, so that was really fun.
But the thing is, I'm still trying to work on my craft.
Yeah?
My acting craft.
Well, we're definitely here to help with that. There's tons of resources that you can access for acting and voice acting specifically in terms of practicing and learning and connecting with, your fellow peers. So you've definitely come to the right place.
Thanks.
Can you tell me about where you're at, like where you're at with your acting journey, voice acting journey?
Well, let's just say I don't have an agent. I don't have an agent yet, but I've taken quite a number of acting classes, some voice acting classes, some improv, some theater class. And I've auditioned in community theater play, but and community theater, but haven't got booked anything yet. So, but that's okay. I'm still just trying to just further develop my craft still.
Right. Yeah. We also offer a resource packet for ways that you can get involved with an agent if you're looking for representation, or different online platforms that you can use to audition for roles.
Okay. I mean, I do have a resume put together, but it doesn't have any credits yet, but I have listed all of my training so far.
Well, that's good. That's all really important. Do you have a demo reel yet?
Not yet. Not yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I don't have like a main demo reel yet, but I've sent demos before because sometimes, I guess the casting director wants specific demos for. So that's what has me wondering. I mean, I guess it's great to have one demo, but then some casting directors don't they a lot of them want demos for specific roles, right? So therefore you may have to make more than one demo depending on what the casting producer director wants.
Well, that's not necessarily the case. It's true that for some people you're definitely looking at multiple reels, but I don't think you need more than like three for certain. If you have one character reel, keeping them updated is important, and it depends on what you want out of voiceover. But if you're looking for like work with anime games, having a character reel. If you're looking for work in like narration, audiobooks, having a narration reel, or if you're looking for work in like commercial VO, a commercial reel. But those are pretty broad categories. You don't really need, I don't think you need to be too much more specific in that because you're just going to be spending a lot of money producing lots of different reels. Ideally, you want to keep them a bit broad so that you don't have to like commit a whole bunch of resources to the reel when you should be focusing on the auditions, right?
Right.
Yeah. We do offer demo reel production as well, so you can get it all done here if you like.
Okay, that's something I might have to look into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sounds like what's good is that you have all the trainings under your belt already. It sounds like we're going to talk a little bit about some of the workshops that we have planned for 2025, but you've already got a lot of good education, so it sounds like you're about ready. What's your home studio like?
Oh, it's very simple. I haven't really spent a lot of money on it. It's just I do have a elevated desk, a mic, a filter, and I have like surrounded two clothes racks with my hand clothes. That's sort of my soundproof.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought any fancy foam or pads like most I guess artists do, filling up the room with foam and whatever to
You
keep
know,
the sound out.
you can spend a lot of money on foam if you want, but I'm sure that if you have enough clothes surrounding your space, especially if it's a small enclosed space, if
Mm,
it's never going to be perfect, but there comes a
no.
certain point in time where it's like, okay, like this is manageable. I mean, if you can send us some samples of your recordings if you're concerned about the audio quality. What kind of mic are you using?
Just a road.
Okay, yeah, it sounds
A road mic.
that all sounds good then. Um,
Sure. I'll send some.
mhm.
I'll just send some rough demos.
Yeah, send us some demos, and then we
Hey,
can.
that's a good way to say it. Rough demo. I like that. Rough demo.
Yeah, yeah, we can turn them into the most polished demo that you can get. We'll write the scripts for you. We'll talk about what you want out of it,
Mm,
what kind of VO you see yourself doing, and we'll make you a killer demo.
okay. You have an email, right? Or just send it to Samurai Sound and just ask for you or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you can send it to. Let me get you
Maybe put
the.
in the chat.
You can. Here, let me send you our email. It goes this email I'm giving you goes to our company email, and I monitor it all the time, so I'll see it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, if you want to use, I'll give you my personal email through.
Oh, you don't have to if you want to, but sure, I'll take it.
I mean through the yeah. I mean, why not?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is my Strawberry Hill email. Strawberry Hill Studio is the name of our physical studio. Either one of those works just fine. You can send us your samples.
Mm. Yeah, just a few samples. Yeah, I really want to go to. I mean, I really would love animation. That's like my number one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm open to commercials and even narration too. I like narrating as well. So
Cool.
I'm open to a lot of those things.
Yeah, Deontay is here. He records audiobooks all the time. You can talk about that a
Oh
little
wow.
I do. This is indeed true. Can't see, you cannot
Yeah.
see me right now, but that is because I forgot I was in a different Zoom call and then like I didn't have a camera on for that. And I was like, oh yeah, I have to join this one because I haven't joined a couple of Strawberry Sound ones in a minute. And then like I came over to join and I was like, I don't want to get up and
bit.
play. and plug in my camera, so I didn't. However, I was going to say for earlier, yeah, Jesse, you don't have to worry about having like a closet set up unless like, it's really good. You don't have to get like a bunch of foam and everything. I've been working professionally now for like 4 years out of this closet since the panorama pandemic thing happened. And like, I've only had an issue pop up this year. So, out of like all of the jobs that I've done, I'm like, hey, one out of, 100 is not too bad. So, yeah, but I do a bunch of narration as well, and it can be a very lucrative form of voiceover as well as something that scratches your acting bug and itch because you get to do a lot of fun stuff. It's very time consuming and it can be a little bit on the tedious side at times just because, you're sitting in your hot box or your closet for hours and hours on end. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely transparent right now. I am fighting to try to get this book I'm doing done because it's the end of a year. Christmas is right around the corner and it's due on Friday. And I'm like 70% done, but I'm just like, I just want to sit down and watch Christmas movies and finish putting up my decorations and whatnot. Like my mom and I put up our tree uh last night and I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And, you know, Austin's already got his in the background, so he
That's
beat me
true.
to it. So it's like, yeah.
Raj's wife, Raj is the owner of the studio. Raj's wife, Lucille, put that up. So I can't take full credit, but.
But but we wouldn't know that. See, we wouldn't have known that at all.
I
Um,
mean,
we were
I was
talking
gonna,
about holidays. We're having a holiday sale that we're about to start, but since you guys are here, I'll just let you in on it early. And it's a 20% off sale. So this demo reel, if you use that link, you can get 20% off on the demo reel production. Yeah, let's see. So another reason why, oh yeah, in the email I was like, we have some big announcements. We were thinking, we've been planning for a while, trying to figure out what workshops we're going to prioritize in 2025. So we have those pretty much squared away. Raj and I are going to be doing a few workshops. I'm going to be doing one that's specifically about recording your voiceover, recording the scripts for like in a demo reel format, and then doing a live audio edit on those recordings, probably in Audacity or Logic, but I'd like to do it in Audacity because a lot of people, especially voice actors, are using Audacity. And it works. So I'll do a demo where people send in their recordings of like a demo reel script. These really tight, if it's a character, we'll probably do like character reels. So really tight scripts that are fun, character driven. And then so we get some practice in that way, and then you get to see the live edit on the audio to see how audio engineers handle that side of things. Steven's coming in. Let me let him in. So that's going to be happening let me pull up the schedule here. That's going to be happening in February. We'll have more details about that soon. Wednesday, February 12th. And we will have a link to pick up a ticket. Members still get 30% off. These tickets are going to be a little bit cheaper, though. The tickets are $99. So we're going to step down a little bit from our usual $185 price point for that one. And same goes for Raj's event, which is happening in March. He's going to do kind of this your voice acting career masterclass where he takes a look at, what kind of voiceover that you like to do and what you can do with your career. He's been doing this for like 20 years. Well, more than that. He lived in Japan for 20 years doing anime voiceover. And then he's been here, I don't know how long, 10 or 15 years. So anyway, that's coming up in March as well. And the other ones, it's too soon to say. to confirm, but we do have some big names similar to the other workshops we did in the past, but nothing confirmed yet, so I don't want to announce anything further than that. And then the usual role play workouts, of course, if you're interested in like D&D role playing. Those are always fun. Hi,
I
Steven.
forgot. Oh,
Hello. It's been a bit. Haven't seen you since the holiday party.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh goodness.
James was there too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Sir. Hello. I don't know if
Good to
we've
see you
met, but
again.
hi.
Yes, that's right. How was the holiday party? I had every intention of showing up until I remembered from my friend that we had purchased tickets back in March to go to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth concert, and like
Ooh.
I completely forgot because I like saw the email and I said, "Oh yeah, I should do this on like the online thing," because it was like a week before, and I was like, I'm not gonna try to book a holiday ticket all the way to LA like that. But then I was like, oh, I have a concert that I have to go to because I paid money for this, and these are my bills. So yeah, I went. But how was it? I was like, oh no, I should send something. I thought about sending like a video and being like,
Oh,
this is me for everyone, but I didn't.
I will say, it didn't like we had a decent number of people join on the virtual side at first. I will
Mhm.
say it got later on. It mainly came down to myself and Justin Hernandez, if I'm not mistaken, and that we were basically the final two for the late into the night. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was I wouldn't necessarily say it was packed later on, but it was still nice to talk with some familiar faces, of
Mhm.
course. And I know Dusty Feeney showed up, wonderful human being. And let's see, I believe we also had, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember who else was there.
We had a
Uh,
lot of fun in studio as well. It was quite
oh yeah, I
packed.
could tell. I could
Yeah.
tell.
James was there, and
Yeah.
we had a good time. We were at one point we got the drum set up and the keyboard out, and we had a jam session. Um,
Yeah, all
that was
sorts of
super fun.
Christmas themed music too.
Yes, yeah.
Bet.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a fun session. Sorry, I don't know if I've ever actually formally introduced myself, but I'm James, everyone. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Um, but yeah, I got to visit your guys' studio, and it was cool. Like, obviously, at first, like, it was a bit nervous just not knowing anyone, and but after a couple drinks in, you lose all inhibition, and then you get to be all friendly and everyone. So everyone was really cool. Like a lot of really cool people to meet and talk to. I think we met. I think Elaine was there.
Hmm.
Elaine
Elaine Clark.
Clark. Yeah, yeah. She was
Yeah,
really cool to talk to. And Raj, obviously, and Austin, of course, and yeah, just everyone there. It was really cool. It was so welcoming into the night. So yeah, it
yeah.
was fun.
I finally got to talk with Raj, and he was so happy to hear me talk about Gungrave.
Oh yeah,
They are, Austin and Raj are very, very super pleasant, super distinguished gentlemen. They are extremely talented, and I know I'm
I would
gassing
agree.
you up right now because you're right here on the thing, so don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. But like they really do know what they're talking about. They're like they have put together such a good comprehensive thing for us too. Like I don't know if everybody on here is like members, but I actively still regularly go to the website and going through like the modules and whatnot. Loving the Karen Strassman one, very wonderful. And information galore, let me tell you. A lot of stuff that is just so wonderful that you kind of get for a really good price too. I cannot lie. I would be disingenuous for me to be like, oh, it's not worth the money at all. It really is. And you two have really made something special. You can't see my face right now too. I'm holding this like lint brush collector because I needed to clean off the clothes in my closet, but I've been swinging it around like a gavel, and I'm like, yes, they are great. So, just
Thank you
wanted
for
to
that
say
context, the descriptive video style context there.
that.
Well, great. Yeah. Well, on that note, Jesse, if you don't, I think Jesse's the only one here who the rest of you are actual members. But the sale extends to the membership as well, and that's that full package that gets you actually an even further discount on the demo reel. So it might make sense to go ahead and do the membership first. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I will say I kind of I'll definitely say that this week and thinking on the subject of demo reels, it certainly had me think about a few things per se. Because when I was talking with Justin and how you guys had just like finished a character demo for him, it had me realize like, oh gosh, I still haven't really gotten to mine yet. But at the same time, I mean, at this point, it's not necessarily a problem because I will be honest, these past couple of weeks have been a bit mentally strenuous for me. I'm obviously, by the sound of my voice, I'm doing better. Just the fact that, as we're coming up to the holidays, we're also coming up to the new year. And usually it's that kind, anybody that relates to this issue, feel free to speak up. But for some reason, I feel as though I happen to be a bit sensitive to time. And usually when I think of the end of the year, I tend to take that as a bit of a serious thing. I don't know. Just it doesn't have to be, but it's kind of how I see it.
Well, it's the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one, right? So change
Exactly.
can be scary. It
Always
can
is.
certainly be scary when there's a lot of unknowns in the future, but it'll probably all work out just fine. And this is the new beginning, right? That's how I
Well,
see it.
you say new beginnings because honestly, the real reason that my mind has been all over the place is because, coming into this, I had a bit of a goal when it came to my voice acting journey, making my efforts. And unfortunate to say, I have to come to the hard reality that the goal I had in mind is no longer attainable because that, put simply, that ship has sailed, at least for like something that I was aiming to try and audition for. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be lots of roles in the future just because you
Right.
didn't get the one that you had your sights set on. I mean, the reality is in the voiceover industry, you have to become comfortable with failing and failing. I like to think of it as failing fast. Get your failures out of the way, right? You're going to do lots of auditions. You're going to do lots of auditions that you're not going to get. It's really a numbers game. And so you have to be prepared that you're going to have to do a lot of auditions, and then finally you're going to start to land those gigs. I mean, well, that's just kind of how it is, and that's not just a voiceover, but finding any
Anything.
job, any regular 9 to 5 job as well. If you're applying, it's going to be the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
Mhm.
I'm willing to do this. Maybe you guys have already been through this already, but I'm willing to take some gigs that don't pay at all, as long as I get the experience and the directional experience.
I
I
would
mean,
definitely agree with that. Because, see, for me, where I fell short of my goal wasn't necessarily I just didn't get it. No, it was because I just fell short of some steps. I wasn't able to even access the audition. And to that, I was trying to think, where did it all go wrong? And I think anybody that's trying to shoot high should definitely take as much opportunities as they can, whether they're paid or unpaid. It's one of the reasons why I'm working 2 part-time jobs because, for one, until I'm like feeling settled in enough to maybe get a full-time one going, gotta support myself somehow. But even then, voice acting isn't always going to get you paid. It's a matter of having the right connections. It's a matter of knowing where to put your eggs in the basket, which is why one thing I'm going to be looking toward coming up with I guess these next weeks and the new year is I'm going to see what opportunities are available in New York, which mostly might pertain to stuff like commercials and stuff. Will I get paid a whole lot of them if I do get cast into something or accepted to do something? Probably not. But I'm more so looking at it as I'm taking the recommendations from other people that I've spoken to recently because, you know, it's easy to be trapped in the focal point of one voice acting genre when in fact this isn't just a singular thing. Even anime voice actors tend to look for commercial work here and there, or even indie work of any kind.
I think you
Yeah.
should consider getting if you don't have your demo reel produced, I think that's what's going to be the thing that you can send out as you're auditioning, and it's going to let those casting directors know like who you are as an actor, right?
Well, yeah, that too.
So I would consider looking for your options there. I know you said you had another guy, but just think about how you wanna proceed with that, because that's going to be your calling card, right? Your business
Right.
card.
Was that to me or is that to Jesse?
Oh, that was specifically to you, but I think it applies more generally as well.
Well, I will say that admittedly that even if I will say it was a bit of a decision process too, because on one hand at that point it was just a numbers game. It was all timed and whatnot. I was running out of time anyhow, and even if I did pursue, there's still no guarantee. Odd voice acting is a lot of auditioning, as you said.
That's
And
true. I want to welcome John, who joining us for the stream. Welcome, John.
Welcome.
hey. But going off what I said,
John says hi and thanks.
yes.
We're here to talk about voice acting. I'm here to answer any questions you have about how to get your voice acting career kickstarted, up and running as soon as possible, essentially. And I'd like to acknowledge what Jesse said earlier. I didn't get a chance to about getting, working for free. That is a good way to get your foot in the door and build connections. Occasionally, a couple times a year, we'll have projects that need voice actors. Whether it's a game company in San Francisco, sometimes we'll get animes coming in from China or Japan. So definitely keep in touch with us and send us those samples of your voice. We'll produce your demo reel, and it'll be good networking. Right?
Oh, I mean, I guess I want to ask, how do I make a demo reel? But the thing is, I know there's like probably a plethora of YouTube videos that can show you how to do it, but I don't know. I'm trying to find, find one that resonates. I just haven't found one that resonates well. How I want to present myself. I mean, do I want to present myself voicing reading a poem, or or reciting a commercial, or reading an
Well,
old character side sheet? I
So
mean,
generally, if you want to go commercial or character reels, the pacing and the number of scripts is roughly the same. If you want to do like a narration reel, then it's going to be slightly different pacing wise. But generally, you want like 6 to 8. You can start with 8 and trim down different scripts, and they're really short scripts. It's like 6 to 10 second little clips of these different, if it's a character reel, these different characters, and they should be they should demonstrate a wide range of different voices that you're capable of. You should lead with like your really good ones, like what you consider your money voice, and then in demonstrating that wide range. For a commercial reel, it's going to be same thing, 6 to 8 different like businesses they could be fictional businesses or real businesses that that you have these scripts for. You're recording them, and it goes really quick. And then you also have to consider the production aspect of it too. So once you have your takes, it's a lot of editing to get everything really tight. You want sound effects and music. They don't have to be.
really?
Yes,
Yeah.
Especially for a character reel, you actually want a lot of sound effects. For a commercial reel, it's not as important. You don't need sound effects, but you still need music. You need music under the reel to keep people interested and to give a sense of, oh, this person like has their reel produced. They have it produced very nicely, and this music is matching with the vibe that they're expressing, and it really amplifies the whole communication there. And if it's a character reel, the sound effects can get pretty fun and zany, and basically just attention grabbing. That all the production kind of supplements and amplifies the effect of your voice. So there's a few different considerations. We do pretty much all the hard work for you. We will write all the scripts and work with you on that process, of course, in terms of, like you said, how you want to present yourself. And then we'll even record this. We'll even walk you through the recording process on a consultation if you want. And then edit the whole thing for you, edit through all the takes. You know, typically you do 4 or 5 takes per script. Edit it all together. Sometimes we end up trimming lines out to kind of fit it within. You want it to be like 60 to 90 seconds, but honestly, the closer to 60 I find is more effective. You just want it really short and concise with a lot of different scripts in there that you fit in. Is the key. So there's sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's different. Those are just my initial thoughts. That we're also going to be going deeper into it in my workshop in February. That's part of what I wanted to kind of show people is the editing process behind the demo reel, in case you do want to try it yourself, or just kind of take a peek under the hood. And other than that, yes, John.
Do you all offer like feedback on demos and or websites? I just made a website as well. Is that something that you offer? Or...
Sure, yeah. Why don't you throw the link in the chat? Is it live?
Yes.
While he's doing that, I should probably go ahead and say that, one of the, in personal experience of having done my
Right, you got to use royalty-free music, or like in our case, we use a library of music that we pay for, or we compose music from scratch. Especially if it's a musical cue. Like on my demo reel, I have a little like musical theater style cue for one of my characters. But generally speaking, we'll just use music from our library. That's another reason why it's really helpful if you just have someone produce it for you, because you don't have to worry about all of that. It can be difficult to kind of track that stuff down. This is John's website, johnkingvo.com. Very cool. It's got your headshot at the top, phone number, socials, and then about. It's got a nice list of internet speed. Okay, yeah. Pro Studio. That's your DAW. Character voices, combat sounds. Okay, yeah. Sound effects. Singing, accents, it's good. Comedy, improv. All right. Contact, does that go to your email? Let's see. Oh, it scrolls to the top of the page. Okay, that's fine. Commercial commercial demos, character demos, and then downloads for those. Connect with us. Phone number, copyright, very official. Okay, let me look at some of this stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this audio coming out of Google Chrome or not, but I'll listen to it.
Choosing the right business in today's saturated marketplace is crucial for consumers and anyone seeking a service. With so many possibilities, how can you be sure you found the most honest and worthy business for your patronage? Thousands of families affected by disasters urgently need support. you can help the American Red Cross provide help and hope to families when they need it the most. Get excited. PetSmart's lowering prices on over 1,000 items like toys, treats, and food. And Food and Treats reward members get 2% back in.
Okay, yeah. So that's that was the. I know you guys couldn't hear that. That was the commercial demo. It's interesting that you have the visuals to accompany it. The content was pretty good, pretty engaging. I think the scripts were you could trim them down a little bit, and then also we were talking about the editing, making sure that everything transitions really tightly into the next thing. Like 37 seconds. So that was probably 3 or 4 scripts, but I think you could fit 6 or 7 in there. But the voiceover is good. The recordings were pretty good. What kind of mic are you using? Just curious. Okay. Yeah. I've used that mic before. I used that mic at I have definitely used that one in the past. It works pretty well. It's a good like entry level mic. It's good that it's a USB mic. You know, it's easy to manage. Goes into your computer. I think you should consider what the benefit to your sound would be if you upgraded to something like Audio-Technica AT2020. There's a bundle on Sweetwater where you can get that with the audio interface, which is this little box that sits next to your computer that processes the sound a bit, and it levels up your sound in that sense. But for the demo, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and the Yeti is a pretty solid choice as far as USB mics go. So anyway, that's specifically about your demo, but your question was really more about your website. So I would go ahead. Oh yeah, I'll throw. It's like a solid entry level mic that is going to be using that audio interface. When I say entry level, I mean the price point. It's not going to break the bank. And like I said, there are bundles like on. I'm just doing a little bit of browsing here. Oh, I think you can see my screen. There's a bundle that I like to point people towards. We point our members towards it. Oof, that's a long link. This is a bundle to get your get it kind of all set up for you, basically. Anyway, regarding your website, I would consider putting your name right here at the top. John King, just John King VO or John King voiceover. I would probably do John King voiceover. And that kind of, it will just look more official. It'll be in the header section. See, it looks like you're using GoDaddy Arrow. Okay, I don't have a lot of experience with that platform specifically, but it'll be the header. It's a generic term. And then socials are okay there. I've never seen a phone number kind of situated like that on a page. It looks like this is, oh, it wants me to open FaceTime. That's interesting. But that's okay. I would put it probably under the button or above the button, and then have this contact go to an email. That's kind of fun. This little effect as you hover over the button. I would have the contact go to an email address and also list your email address as well, because people aren't always going to want to use their phone to call. A lot of times it'll just be a quick email communication. About is definitely the right idea. You might not even have to say about if it's a really short page like this, but I would start with a paragraph. I'll start with a paragraph kind of detailing who you are and pitching your unique value proposition as a voice actor. So what is John King bringing to the table for these projects? And kind of listing that out concisely in a paragraph form. It's good to have these little details, but I wouldn't make them the focus of the page necessarily. If you want to have like a bullet pointed list, I would even consider moving that under the button. You just want to sell people with a concise paragraph and then get them to contact you essentially. And I would consider moving your. No, the demos are probably fine where they are. I don't know. I don't know how necessary it is to have the footage. It's kind of interesting that it's a video. I don't see that a lot. I guess it's interesting. I want to see this character one too. Oh, but sorry, I know I'm talking a lot. If you have questions, please let me know. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Jonathan King. You're on a cruise ship, Jack. This is a paid vacation. Grr. You want some motivation, huh? Can you guys hurry up? I'm kinda in the middle of my show here. You fool! You shall be punished for coming to my ground.
So again, I'm hearing a pretty good range of different characters and different scripts. I would just consider tightening this up. It's at a minute, which is good, but you can fit a lot more characters in. And then I'm hearing some problems with clipping on your mic recording. So on a Blue Yeti, you can control the gain. There's a knob to control the gain. And you want to make sure that if you're going to be screaming into the mic, you want to have it turned down pretty low, especially if it's like a big moment like there was in that script, and you know you're going to be doing it. Just keep the gain low so that when you're screaming into it, it doesn't cause distortion, because that's an immediate red flag for a lot of casting directors, people looking for voice acting for their projects. When they hear that, they're going to think either you are a TikTok influencer. There was that trend of people using distorted mics for some reason, or more likely that you just needed to brush up on your audio editing. So definitely keep that in mind. But like I said, just tightening up these, really just keep them nice and tight. Like 5 seconds is actually pretty long for a script in a demo reel. But good. I almost prefer this simpler graphic that you have for the demo reel versus like the stock footage. Like stock footage is okay, but it's also going to make it harder to edit as well. And this feels like something that is more of like simple and understated. If you have like a logo, maybe consider putting that in. Oh, it's got your social handle. Okay, that's good. And I would put your email too. But yeah, I mean, they're going to see your email up here anyway. Take a quick look at this one.
Seize him! I am a messenger of the king, here to deliver his highness's demands. The next full moon appears, sir. The chosen Suprema. What do we do about her?
Okay. Yeah, so I would definitely just consolidate these into one demo reel, like commercial demo reel and character demo reel. Like that's all you really need. I do kind of like this visual effect here of the
prophecy,
waves, but it's not super necessary. I think this one is just as effective. Interesting, these on screen. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, again, I would pick the best ones of each and just really consolidate them and tighten up the editing. Yeah. Oh, I think do I see 2 hands? Jesse and someone else. Go ahead, Jesse.
So I'm wondering, in your demo, don't you have to state who you're supposed to be?
Talking about like a slate or
Yeah. Like, I mean, you give a whole range of voices, but I can't pick. But I was just wondering.
To interject, I've
Yeah, go ahead.
heard tell that sometimes you don't have to slate. I think that all depends on if you want to or not.
So there's kind of 2 things that we're talking about here. We're talking about slating, and then we're talking about sort of identifying who the character is in the script. For a voiceover reel, you don't need to slate. That's like stating your name at the beginning. It's just not really necessary. They see your name on the site anyway, or on the audio file you're playing, or based on your email exchange. you should just launch right into the scripts, and who you are in character. If you're talking about a character reel, should become apparent immediately based on the script itself. You don't need to like give yourself like a name, but who you are in the world of that script becomes apparent based on if it's written well. If the script is written really well, it comes across. The status of the character, who they are, what they think about themselves, what they think about who they're speaking to. A lot of that comes across in the acting, but a lot of it comes across in the writing as well. So it's very important to think about, like, if you're the voice of the tavern keeper, how do you make it apparent that that's who you are? Well, you're welcoming the adventurer into the tavern. Have a seat. Here's a drink. It's been must have been a long adventure for you. Those kinds of things, and then the sound effects in the background as well will help sell that. The clinking of glasses and doors opening, bar stools moving around, the crowd ambience, the ludist in the corner. It's a common example I like to use, but that kind of just it paints, all of it kind of comes together to paint this picture like really quickly. It has to be very quickly is the key, especially in the first one, but really throughout. I mean, I say 60 seconds, but really people are only listening to the first like 10 or 15 seconds. So you've got to really, and that's for the ones they like. If they don't like the first 2 seconds, they're going to just go to the next one. So that's the kind of pace that we're talking about with these reels.
So probably put the best one in the beginning, probably like the most attention grabbing one, probably.
The one that's going to sell your unique value as a voice actor, that money voice. Definitely put that one front and center, and pay it special attention to the production on it. Make sure it's got the music, it's got the sound effects, it's got that story that's being told in a very short amount of time. I see James has a hand.
Yeah, just real quick, I wanted to ask, like, what website did you use to make your website, John?
I used GoDaddy.com. Someone showed me, I did a Zoom, they were using card.com, which is, it looked a little more creative, but I already had GoDaddy. That's where my domain was. So
Okay. Yeah, you had to pay for your domain and all that stuff too.
yeah, I bought it. It wasn't too much.
Okay.
You know, like
That's good.
$5 or something for the year.
Okay, cool. It's good to know. Just, I'm not much, I don't mess with like websites or even create one, but I'm hoping it's probably easy to put together, right?
Oh yeah, that like I'm not a web designer either. I just kind of, did what I could watching videos and stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Huh. I wish I had had
I'm
that.
confident you could make one. If I can make one, I think anyone can.
Yeah. Cool.
Deontay actually has a really cool page on our community. Well, I should say that Samurai Sound members get a webpage as part of their membership. They get a webpage on the site, and actually, let me show.
Oh no, are you gonna pull?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up because it's so good. And it's just like it's part of your membership, so you might as well just take advantage of it. This screen is for like searching people, but this is the screen that I'm talking about. And it's a nice, concise way. So you got the headshot and the name right up there. This is all formatted for you. You just kind of plug in your voice acting demo, and then you got your bio right here. He also has a website, and then email address, and all that, resume. So this is a nice little feature that you can use, and you can send this link out to people if you're emailing them or whatnot. So. Yeah, go ahead. So when you log in, it this is a premium account with private training, but for the standard membership, otherwise it looks exactly the same. It's this update your profile. Click on that, and then this page comes up. there's this sometimes people think this is the password. This is not the password. You got emailed a code, and we can send it to you again when you signed up for the membership. You just put that code in, and then you just plug in all the information there. Drop your headshot and all that. So. Okay.
Well, I definitely appreciate all the feedback, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure if you joined after or before I put this link out, but we're having a holiday sale on the membership. It basically just has all the resources you need to kickstart your career. So I'll put that link in the chat as well. It's a 20% off discount, and we are just starting it up. So definitely take advantage of that if you're thinking about voice acting for 2025.
Mm-hmm. If you're also thinking about it, I think everybody should probably try to get a website made as well. John's is really good, and I wish I had kind of formatted mine like that. But I made mine when I was graduating college because they were like, you should make a website in the for theater for in case you ever need to use it for stuff. But then of course the world shut down, right? And it's there. I think it's still a very good website. I like it, but sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, if only it was a little bit simpler.
Can I pull
But
it up? Can we walk
of,
through it?
oh, of course you can. It's there.
Okay, let me switch over to my browser window here. Yep. All right, I want to talk about Deontay's website here as I'm scrolling through it. Um, so here's our homepage. We got the headshot. We got the name, his name up here. Quite a few links to navigate through. I don't know if the scrolling effect, I think they call it parallax in the world of web design, is necessarily what you need for the homepage for your headshot. But it is a nice headshot. And you got your contact information. Yeah, I mean your bio was great when you were graduating from college, but you've done so much more now. I think you could definitely be selling all the great stuff you've done, especially in audiobooks, and it looks like some stage productions too. So, but even if it could be as simple as just going to What's New, just sort of like not quite a blog format, but and just incorporating this stuff in I mean this is great for Souls of the Coyote, anything that these award ceremonies, that all should just should go squarely in that about section on your website. which would be pretty easy to do. But yeah, this is good. I don't know about, there's like 3 very similar photos. Oh, okay, it's like a carousel. I would probably just simplify this and take a couple of these out. It's cool to, I think, even starting with, since they have already seen your headshot, like starting with the cast that you're seeing that you're at this event. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of pages here. This is good. Productions. This is super cool. That's really great. What I haven't seen yet, or maybe I did and I'm not thinking about it, is your demo reel. Voiceover page. Oh, okay. Yeah. I would probably consider making that a bit more obvious on your site. I'm not quite sure about this whole landing page kind of concept. Like, you might consider just simplifying and keeping, like you scroll down and you see the information that's on your about page. It's interesting. But, at the same time, it's got your contact information. It's very clear that you want people to contact you, but I'm missing just a little bit of information, either like a short bio or like your one of your voiceover reels could be on that page. And then you should definitely I think you should put your reel here on your about page. I don't know if voiceover, like you do a lot of stuff, I don't know if voiceover is like the full purpose of this website or not, but mm-hmm. Right. I mean, linking people to Audible is like, ideally you kind of want to keep people on your site anyway. It's nice to know that you have all these credits, but it's about you, right? Like, we want to chat with you, not necessarily get redirected to Audible. So that's probably fine anyway.
Casting directors to like take those links and like view it quickly that way.
So you have different videos like kind of scattered around the web, and you want to be able to just provide a couple of different links for people.
Yeah, or at least the one like directly for whatever they need, like a quick SoundCloud link or a Vimeo link of like some works that I've done on those websites.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't have the time to put it on make my own website.
I think in a pinch that works, depending on the person. But it's a good idea to just kind of get some web page where it's all kind of in one spot. It just looks a little bit a bit nicer. You can easily embed Vimeo and YouTube videos onto a page. Once you get I think the hurdle is just like, oh, I have to buy a domain. But once you do that and you just kind of you're like, okay, I can just use Squarespace to throw the website together, or or Wix, or GoDaddy has their own, as we saw John's using that one. It doesn't take that much time to get it started. And but yeah, I mean, if you have links that are that's obviously better than not showing people what you do.
Cool.
Yeah. Do we have any questions as we bring it in for a landing here?
Oh,
I wanted to
Oh,
ask.
sorry, Deontay. I just
Oh,
saw
go
an older question from Miss Larissa. Are there any
ahead.
examples of good websites? Are there any examples of good websites we can look at?
Are any examples of good websites we can look at? I always like to look at there's a voice actress, Mela Lee. I like Mela's voice over website a lot. Robbie Damon's is really good. If you like a very simple one, you can always go to like Max Middleman's because his is just, I think, like his website and then the three SoundCloud links to his demos. Um,
I'm
What
looking
else?
for
Karen
Melody.
Strassman has a very good one. Yeah, Melalee. I think it is just melalee.com. So MELA Lee.com.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
there
think
it
she has
is.
to be on
I'll
it.
throw it in the chat. Yeah, this
Mm.
one's very fancy. This is a bit ambitious for like someone who just is throwing a Squarespace together, um,
Mm.
but it is certainly effective. She wants you to sign up for her mailing list right off the bat, so that's a strategy. Robbie Damon, let me see.
Click funnels.
Robbie Damon. Okay, then this guy's got all his event. Okay, let me throw this one in the chat too. Yeah, I mean, you can get started with our Samurai Sound page. Keeps it nice and simple. These ones are very fancy, but they are very effective.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have one question, and that's to anybody that is curious about let's say a consultation of what they might want to do with like their demo and stuff. What would you recommend to them, Austin?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can always book a consultation with us to discuss your demo reel. I'll throw the link in right here, and you can discuss your demo reel or what you want to get out of your voice acting career. If you need some direction or some resources, like we've been talking about. Also, our private training schedules. We're filling up our private training schedules for 2025. Raj and I are giving private training to those who have the premium membership, which is you get a 50% upgrade if you're a standard member, or we're doing the holiday discount that I was talking about. But that's an option too if you want to get consistent like feedback on a monthly basis in training sessions with us. You can focus on voice acting. We can go through scripts together. We can write and practice recording scripts. We can talk about building up towards your demo reel. We can even talk about audio editing, getting your home studio set up. Whatever you want to learn. I have lots of other areas of expertise too: music production, role playing, audio engineering. So, and Raj is a gold mine as well.
Oh man, I tell you, Raj was just amazing to speak with. Also, shout out to everybody in the holiday party. I was grateful for the fact that it was hybrid and that some people took the time to speak with us. It's some pretty cool people that we got to chat with, for sure. So thank you again for that, Austin. That was pretty nice.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it. That makes me happy.
Absolutely.
And Deontay, I'm glad you enjoyed your show.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic, wonderful, beautiful. There's nothing better than a whole orchestra of talented musicians playing to people who are dressed up in their Final Fantasy concert cosplays. It was truly one of the best things ever. And I'm not just saying that to be like, yo, yes, it was a fantastic concert. That's the whole reason that I wasn't here. No, it really was. Go support your live artists, go support your local orchestras and local choirs and all of that jazz. Obviously, I'm preaching to the choir because that's what I studied at school, but like, yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
important.
100%. Yeah, I went and saw Hamilton recently at the Orpheum in San Francisco. That was a great show. And then I saw
Great
Carmen.
show.
So I saw
Hmm.
2 shows recently. Both were really fun.
Both classics. Love it. I'd
All
sit here and
right.
gush all night.
Well, we are kind of running up against our time here. So I just wanted to, if I don't get the chance to talk to you again, wish you a happy holiday. And thank you for joining. John K threw up his social media. Last chance to click on any of the links that we've been just bombarding the chat with. So take your pick and grab those while you can. And feel free to get in touch with us at any time if you have questions. And with that, have a great evening.
Thank you, Austin. That was really nice
Happy
meeting you.
holidays, everyone.